Connect to yourself, connect to your breath. When I did my first training, there was 309 people in the room. It was disgusting. The mats were literally on next to one another, and it was 150 degrees in the room. So yeah, just imagine. I'm a germaphobe, so you can imagine what I was overcoming. It was not the yoga practice. It was everything else. Yeah. Spread your arms forward. Take a deep breath in. A loud exhale breath out through the mouth. Press all the air out. Seal your lips, begin to breathe. So the recommended breath, as most of you know, is Ujjayi breath. If you're new to the practice, it's slightly different than the breath that you use when you go out for a run or a cycle. So it's in through the nose to the back of the throat, and it's out through the nose to the back of the throat. But if this is your first time ever really doing yoga, don't even worry about it. Just breathe. Press up onto all fours. Drop down onto your forearms. You're going to drop down into your forearms. Don't clasp your hands. Yeah. If this is awkward and you were successful getting blocks, you can slide blocks underneath your forearms. It may lift you up a little. Have the tops of the feet on the mat or the toes curled into the mat, you pick. So you're in like a weird tabletop. Your knees are directly underneath the hips. Lift your belly towards the back of your spine. Yes, I want you to try and create like a tabletop position, but your forearms are down. Okay. You're going to take cat and cow like this. You're going to sink the spine down and look forward. You're going to exhale, round the spine deeply, look in. So play around with the feet. Maybe your feet curled, go like that, or maybe the tops of the feet down. Yep. So you're sinking and rounding. Yep. And you're sinking and rounding, looking forward, sinking in, and then rounding and looking in. Good. So do that a bunch of times. Connect to your breath. So every time you move, you're taking a breath, and you're on the exhale, you're taking another movement. 3 more rounds, wherever you are. When you're done, you come to neutral. Slide the forearms a little bit more forward, guys. Curl the toes into the mat. You're going to press into forearm plank very early here. Yes, forearm plank. Yes, so just creep forward, John. Neck neutral. So when I say neck neutral in the yoga practice, the lingo for that means that your neck is part of your spine. So you just think about yourself as you stand up tall. If you walked around with your head dropped back all the time, you would not feel so good. Yeah. So just think about standing up, best version of yourself. You're lengthening your tailbone here. Your weight is all the way forward. If you need to drop your knees, I'm not offended. Yeah, throw the phone away. It's the one time during the day, like you don't need your phone. Trust me. Wrap the sides of your triceps in. Feel the hands spread across the mat. Contract the quadriceps. And fuel with your breath, wherever you are. Don't get angry. Angry yoga doesn't work. One hand at a time, press up plank position. Take your time. Bring more weight forward, guys. There you go. Lead a little with your heart and chest. Hips go up and back, down dog. See, down dog now feels easy. Yeah, take up a lot of space in your downward facing dog. If you were successful with grabbing blocks this morning and you feel like placing blocks underneath your hands offers something different to your practice, like gives you a little bit more space through the shoulder blades, then, take that on. I'm all about you finding out what works for you. So experiment with little things and see how it works. So shoulders move away from your ears, outer triceps grip in. Your feet are about hips width distance. Now, if your hamstrings are really tight like mine, you have to bend your knees a little bit, or maybe even a little bit, a lot. You can bend your knees a lot. But what we're trying to create is a V. So breathe your hips way up off your shoulders this morning. Let your head, your neck, your shoulders, everything gonna drop down. So John, you're doing great. Slightly bending your elbows. Shoulders move away from your ears, and then you lift your hips way up towards the sky. I know it's a lot to ask for. Roll forward plank. Lead with your heart and chest. There's going to be a lot of suffering today. I could feel it. Yeah. A lot of suffering. Yeah. Some of you like suffering. I bring on my own suffering. Like the things that I do are just not normal. So I could share with you and you would think something's not right. Stack up your body. Hmm. Look forward with your eyes. Good. Hips go up and back down dog. Okay, plank position. No time to kill in here. Lift your right foot an inch, let it hover the mat. Draw your right knee in towards your navel. Pause. Arms are straight up and down. Slide the right foot back into plank. Lift the left foot an inch. It's a mountain climber. Okay. Hug the left knee in. Scoop up the belly. Slide the left foot back. You're going to go like that. Right knee towards navel. Bring it back. Once it comes back, lift the left leg and bring it in. So moving like that in some mountain climbers. Now, what I want you to focus when you do it is doing it slower so your hips don't move. So do it slower. Go straight in, Bill. Straight in, not to the back of the tricep, just straight in. So you're lubricating your hip. Plank position hold. Halfway to a push-up, drop your knees if you need support this morning. Your shoulders should not dip below your elbows. If they are, please drop your knees. Neck is neutral. Straighten your arms, plank position. Hips go up and back, downward facing dog. Those were god awful. We're going to walk to the top of the mat. You're going to take 22 steps to get there this morning. When you arrive, your feet are going to be hips width distance apart. Right. Fingertips come to the ground or hands come to your shins. Yes. Long spine. That just means look forward with your eyes and bring your weight more forward. Exhale the breath, fold into yourself, let your head go. Do that again. Inhale, long spine. If you have blocks there, you're welcome to use them and bring the floor up to you. Exhale the breath, fold. If your lower back is sensitive, keep your knees a little bit or a lot bent. You got it. One more time. Inhale, long spine. Create some space. Exhale the breath, fold into yourself, let it go. Root to rise, come up nice and slow. You want to anchor, reach straight up. Your neighbor's close by, so just go straight up this morning. Drag it to prayer at heart. Drop your arms. Yes, if you somehow manage to get yourself to the middle of the mat, just walk to the front of the mat. Feet can start together or a little separated, totally up to you. Arms go straight up towards the sky. Dive over, bent knees, forward fold, let your head go. Anytime you forward fold in here, it's good to bend your knees a lot. Come to the fingertips, long spine. Step, step to plank. 1, 2, 1, 2. That's it. When you arrive in your plank, decide what you need. Halfway to a push-up that works for you. If you need to modify, bring your knees to the ground or take it out altogether. You got it. Revisit plank. Hips go up and back, down dog. Look to the top of the mat. Walk, skip, float, crawl. I don't know how you're feeling this morning, so pick one. Long spine, fold in half. Root to rise. Come all the way up. Drag it to prayer. Drop your arms. Arms go straight up towards the sky. Dive over bent knees, forward fold. Let your head go. Long spine to prepare yourself. Once again, have some control. Just step, step, plank. Halfway to a push-up, but I need you to hold your push-up. Let your shoulders slide down your back and draw the pit of the belly in and up. Now slide through your first back bend of choice, your up dog or baby cobra. Soften your shoulders, John, if you can. Down your back. I'm coming. Hips go up and back, down dog. Yes, have the blocks there. That was a good adjustment. Arms stay straight. Look where you want to go. You can step, float, crawl to the top. I walk personally. Yes. Long spine. Fold. Root to rise. Come all the way up. Drag it to prayer. Drop your arms. Arms go straight up towards the sky. Dive over bent knees, forward fold. Let your head go. Long spine sets you up. You're going to step, step, or if you're ready to float, you'll float back into a low push-up chaturanga. Now you'll drag yourself through that back bend again. Up dog or cobra. Hips go up and back, downward facing dog. Arms stay straight. Look where you want to go. You're going to step, float, skip, or crawl to the top. We go. Long spine. Fold. Root to rise. Come all the way up. Drag it to prayer. Drop your arm. So it's a moving meditation. Arms go straight up towards the sky. Dive over, bent knees, forward fold. Long spine to set you up. If you're going to hop back, I'm going to recommend you hop into a low push-up. If that's not your thing, if you think you're going to break a toe, don't do it. Yeah, chaturanga, especially if you're going skiing someplace fancy. Up dog. Yeah, that would really suck. Downward facing dog. Arms stay straight. Keep all of our body parts together here. Arms stay straight. Look where you want to go. Step or float to the top we go. Long spine. Nice. Fold in half. Root to rise. Come all the way up. Drag it to prayer. Drop your arms. Good. Arms go straight up towards the sky. Dive over, bent knees, forward fold. Let your head go. Come to the fingertips. Long spine. Step or float. Vinyasa. You got it. Up dog is smooth. Take out what you don't need. Let the shoulders drop down the back. Hips go up and back, downward facing dog. Come forward to plank position. Float the right foot an inch, but hold this time. So when you lift your right foot, you're just trying to align your pelvis. So just lift it a little. Take your right knee straight in, round your spine this time, and round like a little angry cat. Keep the leg tucked in nice and tight. Look forward with your eyes. Step your right foot forward and through. Walk your right foot to the right about 2 or 3 inches. Come to your fingertips. Pause. So when you're here in your low lunge, I want you to lift your fingertips up off the ground about 2 inches. Let your right hip kind of glide back. So just check in. One of the biggest things, John, is just make sure that your right knee tracks always over your right ankle. As long as that's happening, you're in good shape. It looks pretty good. Yep. And that's just to keep the health of our knees. Let the shoulders draw down the back, and you're just holding in this low hovering lunge. And you're feeling lots of juicy things happening. If you didn't feel, you wouldn't be alive. So it's good to feel. Draw the belly in. And then forward and up with your arms, crescent lunge. If you get here and you feel any tugging on your lower back, soften your back knee. Yes, I'd rather you be in the pose a little less, but have a little better, control in your body. Mm-hmm. If something doesn't feel right in your body, it's probably not right for you today, okay? It's a good rule of thumb in here, and it's really important to start getting real mindful with yourself. That's it. So we say shoulder width with the hands when the arms are up in some of these things, but not always working for some of us. You can widen the hands, widen the arms if you need. Feel the weight in that standing right heel. And just feel your hip points dragging forward, the side ribs long, the back leg zipped up. Your breath, where is it? Hopefully you're not holding your breath because it's definitely going to heat up in here. And that will creep up on you. Hands to the earth. Pause. Your right leg stays exactly where it is. It's not going to move at all. The left foot turns on a strong angle. Immediately as you did that, I saw 99% of you, your right hip popped out. So grip your right hip in. You have to swing your right hip under you and back towards my voice. Reach the arms alongside your body and pause in a low warrior one. So you're hovering. Palms face down. Outer blade of your back foot presses firm against the mat. Then root to rise, warrior one. First warrior. Your left ribs need to turn forward. So that's going to happen if your back foot is not turned completely forward. It's going to be hard to do that. Sit deeper. Oh, it's on an auto shuffle. Oh well. Hands to the floor. Step back to plank. When you get to your plank, halfway to a push-up, but hold your push-up. Plank position. Float the left foot an inch, just an inch. Just lift it and hover it. Take your left knee and drag it in, round your spine. So round and see if you can get your knee to your forehead. Arms are straight up and down as you do that. Keep the leg tucking in close. Look forward with your eyes and step your left foot forward. Walk it to the left. So sometimes you get your foot up there and you need a little assistance. Walk it a little more to the left. You're going to stay high on the ball of your back foot. Perfect. Yep, be on your fingertips if you need to. Uh-huh. Then lift your fingertips an inch from the ground. Now, as you do this, grip your left hip in, get heavy in that front thigh, zip up that back leg, and let your shoulders kind of drag down your back. That's it. So you're just hovering the fingertips on the ground. Forward and up, crescent lunge. Come up nice and slow, crescent lunge. Soften that back knee if you need to. Widen the position of your arms if it feels crunchy in your shoulders. Get real high on the ball of that back foot if possible. Draw the pit of the belly in. Hands to the earth, pause. Keep the left foot exactly where it is. Turn the back foot on a sharp angle. Yes, grip your left hip under you. Keep the outer blade of your back foot pressing firm. Reach the arms alongside your body, palms face down. You're in a low warrior one. You're hovering. Steer the left hip back. Activate the blade of your back right foot. Anchor and rise, first warrior. Steer your right ribs forward. Hands to the floor, plank position. When you hit this plank, halfway to your push-up, slow transition to your back bend. Up dog, cobra, let the shoulders drop down the back. Hips go up and back, down dog. Look to the top of the mat. Step, walk, float, curl, get there light. Long spine, fold in half. Find your way to chair. Weight goes into your heels. Okay, so if your back is sensitive, definitely take chair with your feet hips width distance. Yes. Stick your bum straight back and reach your arms up. You got it. It's another one where you want your weight back in your heels. That's it. And there's a natural curve of our low spine. We all have it. Some of us have it more, called lordosis. Shoot up to stand up, drag it to prayer, drop your arms. Okay, from the top, you guys seem super stoked about it. So we're just going to loop it all together. Arms go straight up towards the sky. Heavy in your heels, chair pose. Yeah. Dive over, bent knees, forward fold. Long spine to set it up, step or float through a vinyasa. Up dog is smooth. Hips go up and back, down dog. Right foot forward, back foot turns, warrior one. To the floor we go, chaturanga. You're doing great. You take out what you don't need. So if the push-ups are too much, the back bend's too much, I'm not offended. You need to do what works for you, okay? Left foot forward, crescent lunge. Warrior one. Sorry, I made that up. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm someplace else. Chaturanga. I don't know where I am, but yeah, I'm not yet, but we're getting there. Up dog. Hips go up and back, down dog. Little bending your elbows, okay, honey? See if you can find it. Arms stay straight. Look where you want to go. Step, float, skip, crawl to the top we go. Let's do this. We'll go back to that. Long spine, fold. Chair pose. Shoot up to stand up. Drag it to prayer. Drop your arms. Here we go. From the top, arms go straight up. Chair. If you're really young, you don't know this band. Dive over, bent knees, forward fold. I'm sorry. Forward fold. Long spine to prepare. Step or float. Chaturanga. Mom, you can't hear the music, but we're playing Sublime's version of Scarlet Begonias, which is one of your faves. Right foot forward, back foot turns. Who do you think I get the music taste from? It's her. Warrior one. Yeah. To the floor we go. Chaturanga. This is more our brothers, Jody. Chaturanga. Yeah. Up dog. Hips go up and back, down dog. Left foot forward, back foot turns, root to rise. Warrior one. It's okay. Yeah. To the floor we go, chaturanga. Have some fun with it. Up dog is smooth. Hips go up and back, down dog. Pause in the up dog, on the down dog. Arms are straight. Look where you want to go. Step or flow to the top we go. Long spine. Fold. Chair pose. Weight in your heels. Shoot up to stand up. Drag it to prayer. Drop your arms. Yeah. Arms go straight up. Heavy in your heels. Chair. Chair. Sit way back in your chair, guys. Sit down deeper. Dive over bent knees. Forward fold. Long spine to prepare. Step or float. Vinyasa. Up dog is smooth. Hips go up and back. Down dog. Right foot forward. Back foot turns. Root to rise. Warrior one. Hands to the floor. Chaturanga. Keep it moving, guys. Up dog. Hips go up and back. Down dog. Left foot forward. Back foot turns. Root to rise. Warrior one. To the floor we go. Chaturanga. Get some momentum. We're going to keep a few more. Up dog. Pull yourself through. Hips go up and back. Down dog. Arms are straight. Look where you want to go. Step or float to the top we go. Long spine. Fold. Chair pose. Shoot up to stand up. Drag it to prayer. Drop your arms. Arms go straight up. Heavy in your heels. Chair. Sit way back. Dive over bent knees. Forward fold. Long spine to prepare. Step or float. Vinyasa. Up dog. Pulls you through. Hips go up and back. Down dog. Right foot forward. Back foot turns. Warrior one. To the floor we go. Chaturanga. Up dog. Don't rush. Hips go up and back. Down dog. Left foot forward. Back foot turns. Root to rise. To the floor we go. Chaturanga. Up dog is smooth. Hips go up and back. Down dog. Be still in your down dog. Let your shoulders move away from your ears. Come forward to plank. Take your right knee to the back of your right tricep, just in the general direction. Yeah. Swing it to the inside of the left arm, the inside. So you're crossing over. But when you cross, guys, don't take your whole hip with you. So cross less. Yes. Drag it straight in. Step the right foot forward. Turn the back foot sharp. Open up warrior two. Wow. Warrior two. Warrior two. Yeah. Back toes turn a little on an angle. If you get a glimpse of yourself in the mirror, don't get horrified. It's okay. Yeah, you're going to be okay. You'll look a lot better later after you shower. Yeah. Yeah. Roll that right thigh open. Lengthen your tailbone. Settle in. If you're all racy with yourself, take a deep breath in. Exhale the breath, sit deeper and lower into the pose. Roll your right thigh open. Let your left side of the body do as much work as the right side of the body. So find some symmetry. Go inward. Ride the wave. Tap back into your breath. If the feeling gets to be too much, let the shoulders drop down the back. Stay in the pose. Keep the power of the upper body. You got this. Straighten your right leg on track. Pick your distance and find triangle. Use a block to the outside of the right calf if you need it. Yeah. You got it, John. Looks really good. You must have prepped him. Yeah, it's not possible. Side ribs are long. If you feel too much in your lower back, you want to avoid that. You want to really zip up your obliques. Crown of the head lines up with your back and your front foot. Yes. So it's like right one straight line of energy happening in your body right now. Little soft bend behind the right knee is helpful. And feel. Right back home. We're holding the poses if you hadn't noticed. Yeah, stay with it. Couple more breaths. Take your right ribs, Brittany, and turn them. Keep everything really open. Keep the openness of the pose. Step up into Arda. I know it's tight in here, so if you're in the front row, you may need to scoot your right foot back a tiny bit in order so you don't become one with the front wall. Yep. The block is nice underneath that right hand. And John, make sure you just have enough space between your foot and the block. It's about 8 inches. I'm really bad at math, but yeah, a little bit more than that. People are shocked when they hear I went to an engineering school. I'm like, don't worry, I didn't major in engineering. Yeah. I didn't even know where the engineering school was within the school. Yeah. Stack it open here in your Arda. Work on your balance. If you fall, it's just yoga. It's fine. Right foot forward, right hip grips. Yawn yourself open. If there's anything you want to add in here, do your thing. If you don't know what that thing is, just stay here. Stay with it, guys. Oh, we already heard this. So we'll listen again. It's a good one. Regular art up. You added any embellishments in. Giant step back warrior 2. Find your footing. It may be 2 steps to get you there. Not always the prettiest transition, but we did it. Yeah. Sit deep. Lengthen your tailbone. Perfect. Revisit this warrior 2. Roll your right knee open. That's it. Flip the palm, reverse the warrior. Let your side body get a nice opening. Come back through warrior 2 and slide your right hand to the outside of your right foot for a variation of extended side angle. Block to the outside of the foot. So you're going to bend deep, create a 90-degree angle. If this option is not for you, arm can rest softly on the top of that thigh. What we're trying to create is the outside of the right leg and the inside of the right arm make a marriage. So see if you could sit deep enough, slide your block back an inch or two so you could really set that up. The top arm straight up or up and over your ear. I like that because it gives you this bow and arrow type shape in the body. If you have a shoulder thing, don't do that. Take your right ribs, everybody, and turn them towards the ceiling. So your right ribs turn, your side body opens, and there's a little lean back action. Anchor your feet and breathe. Stay with it. Grip your right hip under you. Great. Stay with it. 3 more breaths. Eyes to the floor, hands come down. Listen carefully. We're going to come into a modified side plank. You're going to drop your left knee down on the floor. Your left palm's going to go flat. Your left leg rolls out at an angle. And you're going to open up towards the feel good, do good in a modified side plank. So it looks like this. Yep. Now we're going to take it a little different. You're going to bend your right knee in like you're a dog at a fire hydrant. Yeah, just do it. It's fine. Okay. Your hand's going to come behind the head. You're going to hug in. Okay. Hug in and then open it up. Good. Hug in and open it up. That's it. Hug in and open it up. One more. Hug in. Open it up. Arm and leg extend. And then you could take a little bind behind you with that back foot. Yeah. Goes up. To get out of the pose, listen carefully. You're going to swing the right hand down to the ground. You're going to be in a 3-legged tabletop. Yes, 3-legged tabletop. Your right leg is lifted in space. Your left knee is down. Hands go flush to the ground. Great. Curl the left toes into the mat. You're going to lift up to a 3-legged down dog. Still on the right side. The right leg is lifted in space. See if you can straighten it out. Step the right foot forward and through into a low lunge. Left hand tense and right arm peels. Now you're going to easy twist to the right. Use a block underneath your left hand if you need a little lift. Regular side plank now. Left palm goes flat, roll open. Stagger the feet. If you like that variation with the knee down, just take it again. Totally fine. Or the top leg can be bent at a 90-degree angle and the right leg can be straight. The bottom leg can be straight. That's it. Just be mindful, guys. Some of you are rolling your top hip open really far. The idea of the side plank is to stack the two hips. Yes. Plank position. Here we go. Chaturanga push up. Up dog. Hips go up and back, downward facing dog. Come forward to plank, lift the left foot an inch. I don't remember the other side, so we'll just kind of go with it. Float the left foot. Left knee to the back of the left tricep. So when you do this, guys, it's just the general direction. Swing it across to the inside. Swing it across to the inside. Come on, you guys are stronger than this. Stop whining. You're fine. A lot of whining and oohing and ahhing. Hug the knee straight in. Step the foot forward and through. You've done harder things. Cartwheel open warrior two. You've done harder things. Tell yourself that. Focus on what you can do, not what you can't do. And just be patient as your body kind of unravels here. And your mind. More the mind sometimes. Roll that left thigh open. So you're settling into the warrior two. We're holding it. You're feeling your back toes turned a little on an angle. Make sure the feet are set up. Looks great, John. Just roll your left knee towards Jackie. There you go. Perfect. Neck neutral. Close your eyes. Go inward. Let's sit deeper and roll your left thigh open. Stay with it. Arms stay straight. Straighten your left leg on track. Pick your distance and find triangle. Some of us like it longer and wider, but some of us like it a little tighter. A block, if you're going to use it, outside of the calf is a good spot. The recommendation is to keep a soft little bend behind that left knee. That helps you out a lot. Let the shoulders slide down the back. All right, keep it all together here. Look down and step up into your version of Ardha Chandrasana, half moon pose. Use the block. If you're in the front row, you might need to scooch back just a tiny bit. Yeah. Anything you want to add in your side plank, take it on now. Maybe it's just getting lighter in that bottom hand. Maybe it's just paying attention to the left foot that it doesn't turn in. Yeah, that's generally the hardest part of the pose. If you are binding, the kick goes behind you. Yep. Regular half moon. Try not to fly out of it. Giant step back and maybe 2 steps. Get yourself back to warrior two. Warrior two. Nice big juicy step in your warrior two. Sit deep into that front thigh. Roll that left thigh open. Flip the palm, reverse the warrior. Come back to warrior two. Slide your left hand to the outside of the left foot. Yeah, use a block. Arm to the top of the thigh is an alternative. Just straighten out your front foot, John. You'll be in good shape. Perfect. Yep. Top arm straight up or up and over your ear if you want a little more action through your side body. Totally up to you. Higher with the block. Yeah, it's going to be easier. Take the block to its highest setting. Yeah. So what happens in this pose is the left hip starts to pop out. So you have to kind of scoop your left hip under you and take your bottom ribs and turn them. So Jody in the front, see if you can do that. Scoop up your left hip, take your left knee back towards Amy. You might have to move the block back a little. I can't get to you. By the time I walk over there, we'll have to change the pose. It's better. 2 more breaths. You got this, guys. Okay, eyes to the floor. Right hand's going to plug down. The right knee is going to drop. You're going to roll up into that modified side plank. So turn your right foot out a little on an angle and step open into this modified side plank. If your hand can go behind your head, bring it behind your head. If it can't, just keep it up. Bend your left knee in half, like you're bringing it towards you. Now you're going to kind of round in elbow to knee and then open it up. Good. So it's an oblique kind of exercise. Hug and do it slow, and you just go as much as you can and then open it up. Yep. Hug it in and open it up. Go like that, like 3 more times. Good job. And then on the last one, open everything up, and you can take a little bind behind you with your hand. Perfect. When you kick behind you, the kick goes straight back to the person behind you, not up towards the ceiling. Left arm is straight. There you go. Okay, arm and leg straighten. Left hand comes to the floor. You're in a 3-legged tabletop. So left leg is lifted. Right knee is down. You're going to curl your right knee up off the mat and lift up to a 3-legged down dog. The left leg is still in space. Great. Step the left foot forward and through. Easy twist. Right hand down, left arm peels. Everything we do in this practice just kind of builds. We're just building, building, building. Rip your left hip in, spin open. Good. So you're going to plug that right hand back down and you roll into your variation of side plank, regular variation of Vashisthasana. Personally, I stagger the feet. I find I get a nice result there. So side plank, your whole body is facing towards the mirror. Your right hand is down, your left arm is up. Watch the top hip, everybody. Plank position, slow. Chaturanga push-up. Up dog. Hips go up and back, down dog. Step the right foot forward, crescent lunge. Stick with the program. It'll be over before you know it. Crescent lunge. You can come visit me. Go shopping later. It'll be fine. Yes. High on the ball of the back foot. It's amazing to me that so in retail, how people come in, they're so stressed out shopping. And they're like, I've got a very big problem here. I'm like, oh my God, what's it going to be? The return is complicated. I'm like, oh my God, seriously? Drag the hands to prayer? Like, this is not complicated, people. Like, we return to your credit card, okay? Lean forward, hook the elbow, and let's twist. Unless you prefer a gift card, we can do that too. It's just funny. People are funny. It's good. It's humbling. It's important in life to sharpen your people skills, always. Always. And work on patience. Grip your right hip in. So you don't want to lean back. You want to lean back with your torso. You don't want to look back. Your pose is beautiful. I'm going to give you one suggestion. Crown of the head back towards me. Lean, 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 lean. Keep going. There you go. Hands to the floor. Step to the top of the mat, feet together or close together. Long spine, fold. Chair. I know. Chair. Sit into your chair like you mean it. Yeah. Drag it to prayer. Inhale the breath. Hook and twist, same direction. Super psyched. Yeah. Turn to the right. If your back is sensitive, this is a big one, John. If the back doesn't feel great, don't hook your elbow. Just kind of make that little twisty action. You're doing perfect. That's great. I love it. Perfect. Yep. And just watch that the left knee, everybody doesn't slide in front of the right. Yes. So your alignment is first and foremost in this space. Chair, pull it around, chair. Arms are up, legs are moving down. Float your right foot an inch from the ground. Your right foot floats. Press up to stand with your right knee towards your navel. That's it. Left hand on the outside of that right thigh, right arm peels back. Just kind of staying in the theme here. Yeah. If you feel a more advanced variation of this is creeping up to you and feels like it will suit you for today, reach down and slide your hand to the outside of that right foot. Not for everybody. There's no pressure in yoga. The leg that you're standing on, that should be your left leg, needs to be straight. The leg that's moving forward can be bent. Pull around to center, arms up, leg up. If you could straighten the leg, that'd be awesome. Step back into crescent lunge. If you're in the front row, you're going to probably need to adjust yourself. Crescent lunge, left side. Welcome to the left side. Take a second to arrange your feet. Make sure it's not a sloppy crescent. Yeah, drag your hands to prayer. Lean way out, hook the elbow, and let's twist. You're high in the ball of that back foot, everybody. You can drop your back knee if you need to. I'll tell you a good little hack. In this pose, three things that I do. Activate your back leg a lot, right? Lean your torso back a lot and point your left elbow towards the sky. By pointing that left elbow, you're going to get a lot more spinning action. Like you can feel that you have more space to breathe into the pose, and you probably are going to stay an extra breath or two. Keep gripping your left hip in. If you feel like you can't balance, your feet are probably too close together. Widen the positioning. And when it gets crunchy at the end, that's when the good stuff's happening. Yeah. Stay for the crunch. Hands to the floor. Pause. Step to the top. Feet together, close together. Long spine. Complete every movement. It counts. Fold. Chair pose. Weight in your heels. Drag it to prayer at heart. Inhale the breath. Hook and twist. Towards the mirrors this time. You get a glimpse of yourself. You can smile. Or you can give yourself resting bitch face. Whatever you feel like doing. If your lower back is sensitive, don't twist so much. Just take the motion. Jackie, it looks good. Just steer your right hip back and sit deeper. That's it. Where's your breath? Count on it. Chair, pull it around. Weights in your heels. Standing on your right foot, just let your left foot lift an inch and then press up to stand. Left leg lifts to a 90-degree angle. If you got lost, you're on your right leg. Your left leg is lifted. Right hand to the outside of that left thigh. Start to twist open. This is called dancing Shiva. That's the name of the pose. So the traditional version of it is you grab the outside of your foot and you kick forward. I'd say 85% of us don't do that. We just stay here and you work on basic movement and balance. If you are kicking forward, good for you. Stand up tall on that right leg. Two more. Pull around to center, arms up, leg up. Listen carefully. Arms up, legs up, leg up. Lift it up higher. Just for the sake of consistency today, I want us to do this. Keep your arms up and just step your left foot down, hips width distance at the top of the mat. Okay. Make sure you're at the front part of your space. Arms are up. Yes, like you're holding a big block in between your hands. Step your left foot back about 3 feet. If you're tall, you may need a little bit more of a stance. Yep. See how your whole body is forward? Your back foot is forward. That's it. Keep the left arm up. Right hand slides to your hip. You're going to reach way out, and now we're set up for twisting triangle. Yeah. This is a really good way to get in when it's busy in here and like your body is just starting to crap out on you. Yep. Use the block and the height of the block to create that lift. John, take the block closer towards Jackie. There you go. Inside of your front foot. Go to the other side of, yep, you're right there. Perfect. Anchor that back foot. Your right hand could be on the flat part of your back as well. Breathe. It's like someone's got you by your hips and they're pulling you to the back skinny edge of the mat. You're twisting open. Looks good, Bob. Right hand down. Step to the top of the mat. Hips width apart. Your feet up to be a little separated. Come to the fingertips on spine. Exhale, fold. Twice. Right back up your feet. Right, take your whole body forward if you need. Kim, did you do that up this leg? Did you switch legs? Okay, good. Reach out, left hand on hip, reach way out, and slide your right hand to the floor. I use a block. I've always used a block in this pose as a runner. Right. I just want to make sure you get an even stretch. So what's good to do is slide your left hand from your hip to the flat part of your back. Danielle, that's perfect. And then that kind of gives you some info, like what the heck's going on behind me. Good. And then from here, you stack open. We've done a lot of stuff where we've kind of opened here today. You should feel like you're in a side plank, in a variation of it, where your shoulders are sliding down your back. Two more. Left hand down, step to the top of the mat, feet together this time if you can. Long spine, fold. Okay, listen carefully. You're going to squat down. We're going to set up for crow. You're going to squat down. So it's almost like a toe stand. If any of you used to practice Bikram, this is what's called toe stand, right? So the trick with crow is that if your feet aren't together, it's virtually impossible to get up, okay? Plant your hands out in front of you like chaturanga. With your feet together, your knees split apart. Now, the goal is to get your knees as high up into your upper armpits. This may be the pose. You can keep your toes down, and you're going to get a lot of girth here. Play around. If this is really not for you, separate your feet wide and come down into squat malasana. Yep. So it's not for everybody. I get it. Ooh, nice. We've done a lot of rounding and kind of curling and side planking here today. Yep. Look forward with your eyes. So Jody, you're doing great. I just need to bring your feet together. Your feet have to come together because it throws your pelvis off. If you know how to jump it back, jump back. If you're like, no way, girl, I'm not doing that, just step back, take yourself through a vinyasa, meet me in a downward facing dog. I know. Well, you can come back later. Down dog, guys. Drop to your forearms. Take dolphin pose. No, you're going to stay up and you're going to stay up. Forearms are down. Yeah. I mean, it's tight in here, so a lot of you probably don't want to go upside down because there's a risk of taking someone out. Obviously, if you're a master yogi and you know you can get up, then you're going to go up. But everybody else is going to lift the right leg up. Just lift the right leg. Nice. And then lower the right leg and then lift the left leg. Good. Then lower the left leg, but I need you to stay out 5 more breaths. 5 more breaths, dolphin pose. Wrap your triceps in. Down dog, guys. Down dog. Don't go to child's pose. Down dog. Roll forward plank. Last vinyasa. Chaturanga push-up. Up dog. Pull yourself through. Hips go up and back. Down dog. Right knee forward. Half pigeon. Yeah, half pigeon. Half pigeon. If anyone's not comfortable in half pigeon, we can go into resting pigeon or another variation of pigeon or double pigeon. Which other side? Yep. You're a down dog if you're on your back or another variation. Find your way. Yep, you got it. Perfect. Does this feel good in the piriformis or not so good? Okay, that's good. That's a good sign. Not that I'm a doctor, but great job, guys. Use the strength of your body, start to come up. Swing the right leg forward. Bend your knees, lay down. We're going to finish off with some back bending, a little spine twist, and you're going to get a nice little nap. So lay down, bend your knees. If you do have those blocks and you like to use them for your bridge, please bring them with you. You can place your feet on blocks. John, I want you to do is take the feet down, take the blocks directly underneath the feet. Yep, so you're going to elevate your feet. I find this helps a lot with the lower back stuff. Have one under each foot and make sure when your fingertips, you reach for your fingertips to the backs of the blocks, you can touch them. Yeah. And then lift your hips up, guys. Yep. Demonstrate for him. Perfect. Perfect. Yep. And then lift up. If you can clasp your hands, that's great. If you're just going to slide your arms, that's fine. Any variation, guys, that works for you this morning? And also, one more thing to think about with lower back and hamstring and all that stuff, tightness. Sometimes having the feet a little wider is actually helpful. So most yogis are like, oh, hips width, hips width. It can be wider. Exhale the breath, lower down, unless you're on a block. If you're on a block, then stay. One more set. Flip the palms, bring the chin to the chest if you're ready to move on, or just repeat. Just repeat. If you're going straight up, feet a little wider is definitely going to be helpful. Go ahead, full wheel. Nice. Very nice. So we're creating space from the tailbone to the backs of our knees. You don't want to feel like you're compressing your lower back. You're actually creating space here. Exhale the breath. When you're ready, start to come down. Remove any objects out from underneath. Hug your knees in towards your chest. Yep. Grab the sides of your feet for happy baby. Pull the knees down around your rib cage. It's a goofy pose. If you're newer to the practice, most people are like, what is she telling me to do? You can't grab your feet, grab behind your thighs. It's a little hip opener on your back. And now the music's just skipping. It's like doing a jam. Yeah, I have no idea what's happening. I mean, it's playing good stuff, but it's like bouncing around. Hug the knees in. Yep. Extend the left leg forward and the right knee towards the navel. I just want to keep this really basic this morning. Hug the right knee in, the left leg out. Rest the left leg down. Take the right knee over towards the left, supine twist. Roll up to center, relax the right leg out. Let the leg be straight on the floor. Hug the left knee in. Take it over to the right. See? It's moving. It's so bizarre. I know. Oh well. Come up to center, hug your knees in towards your chest, give them a big squeeze. Yeah, they're all good. Lay on your back, set up for Shavasana, guys. Complete rest. Unless you're going to do a brain surgery, a heart surgery, some sort of surgery, I think you can stay here for the next minute or two. Yes. Right. You're going to go save someone from a burning house, you can go. But most of you have 2 minutes to spare right now. I need you just to rest. Complete rest. Yeah, and you can't get out, so just rest. Take a big breath in. Exhale loud. Bring some life back to your fingertips and your toes. Reach your arms up over the top of the head. Give yourself a full body stretch. Hug your knees in towards your chest. Keep your eyes closed. Use the strength of your body to come up. Don't open your eyes. If you can resist, sit up nice and tall. Feel. Feel the effects of this morning's practice on your body. When you really start to tune in, tap in to the mental awareness and the mindfulness that the practice offers, that's when you start to get to that next step. To be open to that. Hands to prayer, bow your head, have some gratitude. As my mom likes to say, it's the best attitude. Lift the head, open the eyes. Namaste. Go out there, have an awesome afternoon, guys. Have a good, I think it's Friday. I don't even know. I just know there's a sale at the store, so people are going to be running. I work for Viore. Bye, Mom. See ya. Let me just turn this off.